Hello and good evening from Priscilla Gendron from sunny South Africa, and welcome to Psychic Talk with Priscilla Gendron. I am very privileged and honored to have the amazing Mr. David Groode, who is a psychic numerologist from the USA, and he's going to be joining us today as he explains the magic of the numbers in our lives. David is an awakener and has been doing intuitive readings and numerology for over 30 years. Working as an international global clientele, he has created a rock star career as an intuitive reader, helping people to see what they can't see in order to achieve their dreams. David works continues to grow and expand over the years. Many people utilize David's gifts for profiling to personal and professional coaching, specializing in life navigation and change management. He also does motivational talks and shares tools for personal development to empower people to take control of their lives, to empower people to be inspired by what they are creating in their lives. And he's also taken groups in life-changing journeys to power places around the world. He's also an artist and has a BFA in art studio from Samoa State University. So it's with great pleasure that I bring on the amazing Mr. David Groode. Hi, David. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Priscilla. It's so great to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And hi, everyone. I'm wishing you all the most amazing 221, and you can each all make that happen. We are in a 5-year, and the 5-year brings a lot of dynamic changes. It's very exciting, and it brings a lot of issues centered around freedom. Where do we feel free? Where do we not feel free, where we could feel that we could free ourselves more, where we can free up our beliefs, our thinking, our ways of being, the ways that we show up and are present to ourselves and all those we love and to our world. And this 5-year forces people to look at your core values. What's really important? What's really a priority, and how can I make the energy that I really put into things count? And so it can bring changes and fluctuations in thinking and values, movement towards more freedom, and it brings a lot of excitement. It's good for communications. It's good for media and technology and a lot of action and movement. So it's not a boring year in any way. The one thing you can all look at and ask yourselves is, where do I hold myself back? Where do I put my life on hold? And what's the reason for that? What am I gaining from that? And how can I make some changes or adjustments to not keep my feet on the brakes and put my foot on the accelerator a little bit? And sometimes we need to slow down. It is true, because we can take things in on a deeper level and absorb them more deeply. So it's great to be here with you all. And Priscilla, now what?
I know, David, the thing is that, the two of us, when we do get talking, we can talk until the cows come home, because we've always got so much to say and so much to share with each other. So what's been sort of happening with you over this last year, COVID-wise, and how has it affected your journey?
Wow. So my partner, Peter, and I both had COVID at the beginning of January, which was really unexpected. And Peter got over his within a week. Mine went for 2 weeks, and my COVID journey was such an awakener. At the beginning of the year, when I did my, it was kind of like a vision board. I do it in a book, and I asked for a soul cleanse, and wow, did I get it? And it was called COVID. So COVID was my soul cleanse, and I had such an opening during it. it was like an ayahuasca journey without the ayahuasca. And my Kundalini was just blasted open for 2 weeks, and I'd have all these heat flashes moving through me of Kundalini energy. It was wild. It wasn't the most comfortable 2 weeks, but hey, we got through it, Yeah. And better for it.
I think it strengthens us, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And I work a lot with change management. I've been in my relationship now for 7 years, and Peter's South African and I'm American. And we lived out of the country for 5.5 years. And in our 7 years of being together, we've had 9 major moves. Came back to the U.S. to a renovation, and now we're listing our place, and we'll have a 10th move. So it's been a lot of changes, but I've grown and learned a lot through that process. Plus, during those whole 7 years, we had visa processes in different countries. So that's like a full-time job. So it's been a lot of paperwork, yes. And it was funny because I hate paperwork so much, and people who know me know how much I hate paperwork. And I realized one day, why am I attracting all of this paperwork for so many years? And it was because I hate paperwork so much. I just completely drew it in and attracted it.
That happens sometimes. The thing that you don't want is the one that is there in front of you the most, and you have to deal with it. So it's like you're having to learn patience, and then everything is making you wait.
Patience. Yeah. Well, I usually have to look for my patience, but yeah, definitely it was a workout for patience.
Very much so. I know a lot of spiritual people over the last 6 months have been having a lot of huge spiritual changes because there has been a huge shift in the energy of the universe as well. And all the spiritual people I know either have had COVID or have had symptoms of COVID, and they've been quite intense, compared to other people.
Yeah. The first week was body aches and flat energy, and I just lounged around and watched lots of movies and slept. So I think I slept more in those 2 weeks than I did my whole life.
Like your body recharging in a sense.
Oh, completely. It's like I had to sleep to move through it. But it got me on a really good vitamin regime, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah.
So
good.
Yeah.
So in your journey, you've done a lot of things over the years. And what drew you to numerology?
What? Sorry, I missed that.
What drew you to numerology?
Oh my God. When I first started doing readings, I was so shy back then in my mid-20s. I wouldn't have known what to tell people unless they came in with questions.
Yeah.
And 3 different groups of friends who all didn't know each other all referred me to this same exact woman for a numerology reading. And I was like, forget it. I'm not getting any readings right now. I can be really super stubborn sometimes. Mm-hmm. So one Friday night, I went out with one group of friends. She was there. I couldn't get away from it. So I met her and I really liked her and we became friends, and I went for a numerology reading and it was life-changing. And when I saw what it could do, how it was like a map for cycles of timing and just like a map for someone's life, I thought, wow, this is amazing. And so when I originally learned it, because math was my worst subject in school, when I originally learned it, I learned it to be a social icebreaker. So I'd have something to talk about when people would come for readings at first, because I was so shy back then.
Yes.
I did work through my shyness. So now I just have numerology as a tool and the life exploration, which is great.
That's it. And we've known each other for, I was working it out, about 15 years.
Yeah, wow. But before that too.
Yeah. it was.
We knew each other.
Aaron's going to be 16. He's going to be 17 this year. So I knew you from when he was about 2 years old. So it's about 15 years we've known each other. So, and then you did have the wonderful privilege of coming to South Africa, and you spent time with us, and we had such a wonderful time.
I've been twice, and I've never been with Peter. I went to South Africa twice before I met Peter. And I think if I went with Peter, we would fight a lot about which people we would want to see and where we'd want to visit.
That's it. But you also did a wonderful numerology course that we all went to. And you taught us all about the numbers, and then also the triangle.
Yeah, from Faith Gervain and Dusty Bunker's work, the Divine Triangle. And it's an amazing tool in numerology. It's really like a life blueprint. And it really shows what people are working with in the major areas and segments of their lives and the cycles. And it's powerful and very clear. And
that's what I also learned from you. And I used to also use it as an icebreaker.
And you can also see people's major gateways, which are like 5-year periods of time of major changes and reinvention. And they can be some of the most challenging and some of the most biggest breakthrough years for people. In fact, I went to South Africa the second time during my gateway.
And that was amazing.
Yeah.
Because you had an incredible journey. Won't go into that too much. Just the good part.
It was everything. South Africa was really good. South Africa is amazing because it's like a yes country for me. The first time I went there, I was like, wow, this is my soul country. Why wasn't I born here? This is so amazing. So you ended
up just marrying a South African instead.
Exactly. Now I get South Africa every day, which is great.
That's it. So we've got some wonderful people here, and I'd like to say hello to everybody. We've got the wonderful Mr. Owen French. He says, hi, Priscilla and David. A pleasure to be here. Hi, Owen. It's really great to see you. Can you do your name and date of birth, and then David will do a little thing for you. And then we've got Christian, and she says, hi, Priscilla. And then we also have Siobhan. So hello to Siobhan as well. So she's also saying hi to everybody. And I've been asking everybody to sort of leave their names and dates of birth. And so maybe we can just do a little bit of, bit of numbers, should we say. So we'll have a look here. So first off the bat is Siobhan. So here's Siobhan Hilton, and she's born on the 25th of the 9th, 1980.
So that's September 25th.
Yes.
Okay. 1 second here. Okay. Hi, Siobhan. You have been in a 3811 year since your birthday in 220. And that brings more mastery. Now, mastery lives in the unknown. If you look at space exploration, we had to develop the technology to get us to space, out into space, or learn it from technology that from UFO crashes or other races from other planets. And once we were able to get out into space, that brought us into the unknown. So that achieved a new level of mastery. And now we're taking it further into the unknown to be able to go to another level of mastery and to learn how to not only get there and make it happen, but what can be created by doing it. So the more you go into the unknown, the more new levels of mastery open up, or the more you explore hidden areas within yourself. Now, this whole year is about bumping up your discernment, which is your ability to be selective about what you choose and why you're choosing it. So the more you're able to refine your discernment, the more effective it allows you to be in the world, and the more effective it allows you to navigate the world. But it is a relationship and a work year for you. So, and right now we're at the tail end of April. Let me see something. 39, 41, 42, 43. So this year number you're in tests you, but it can be very rewarding. The challenge of it is things dissolve or fall apart or come unglued in your life, and you get to rebuild them out of your vision. But people really get you for who you are, and that's really healing. So it's a visionary year in a lot of ways. And May and June and August and September before your birthday and after your birthday, and even October and November are all success numbers. The only number that's going to be a big growth number for you is July. July, you have some completions, but July supports education, and you will be able to make some things happen, but it's with efforts. So July is a big growth month for you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Oh,
right.
Oh, okay. I just saw something in the chat.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one, and that'll be to the amazing Owen. So there's his name and his date of birth.
Okay. All right. So you've been in a building year, Owen, and on your birthday it changes. Okay. So you've been in this year of building where it would usually be building a home or building a business. And you'd have to look at, are the structures and foundations in my life big enough to build what I want to build? Are they nurturing me and supporting me to build what I want to build? On your birthday, you come into a much better year. So it's a year of dynamic changes, a year that brings you more freedom and more emotional fulfillment from your birthday of 221 till your birthday of 222. It's a year that brings you more prosperity. It's a year that you either go deeper into an already existing relationship or you meet a love of your life. And the one thing you're going to have to really be mindful of in that year is how you manage and channel your restless energy. You really want to put it into something worthy, whether it's to improve any area of your life. That would be something worthy. So, because when you're restless, it can interrupt everything that you're building and doing. So you just want to make sure if you're going to, break away, that it's to do something that's going to improve your life. Do you have a question or anything? I'm fine with taking questions.
Owen, do you have a question that you'd like to ask? Or is he spot on?
I didn't ask Siobhan that.
So Owen says it's spot on, that he is going through all of this at the moment. So that's great.
Yeah, the numbers never lie. It's amazing. I didn't ask Siobhan if she had a question either.
I'm sure that they've got plenty. Okay. So if Siobhan and Owen would like to put a question forward, we would love to, David would love to answer. So if you have anything to ask, then you can. So we'll just move on to the next one. And we've got a double one here, and that's for Christine, and she's got her name, and then she's got Dominic. So
okay, wait. Let me start with Christine. Hang on. Christine's August 10th. Hang on.
Another Leo.
Okay. And let me do Dominic's now. Hang on. 13, 23. Okay. Wow. Dominic's been in a really big year of a lot of completions and clearing away. Not the most easy year, but he can definitely make progress. Okay, and it's good for entrepreneurial things. Christine, you've been in a year that's really important because it's building the foundation for whatever you're going to be doing. So you'd have to really pay attention to the people you'd meet this year, the information that comes your way, what you're doing and what you're involved in, because it's all setting down a foundation for what you're going to be doing in the future. It's a master builder year. So it's a master number. It tests you, but it's more rewarding. Okay. On your birthday, Christiane, sorry, you come into a year of divine protection. So you're divinely protected for a year after your next birthday, which is brilliant. And it's good for travel and partnerships with business or work, but it makes you rethink everything about how much energy you want to put into certain people or certain situations. And it brings a lot of exciting changes. As far as Dominic goes, he comes into a much better year after his birthday in June. Like everything gets better and starts to open up for him, and it brings him a lot of opportunities and new thinking, new possibilities. And it's really good for moving anything forward, because this last year has really held him back while he's been clearing things up and cleaning things up. Does anyone have a question?
Okay, I don't see any questions yet, but we'll go on to the next one, and then people can ask questions if they'd like. Okay, so our next one, so if Christiane would like to ask a question, then that'll be great. So we'll just go on to the next person with their name and date of birth. And that's Shuab Reza, and that's the date of birth.
Okay. You, Shuab, I hope I'm saying your name right. You're in a workaholic year right now, which is a huge year for manifesting and actualizing. So it's great for making money. It's great for taking on responsibilities and handling things. And it makes you focused, and you'll feel like you have your nose to the grindstone. So it's all about discipline. And this year for you, even though it's great for making money, it brings a big reprioritization of your financial values and thinking. Am I making my money work for me? Or could I create and do something else with it so it would work better for me and I could grow more of it? So it's a powerful year for you. It's a power year where you can accomplish so much. You just have to stay focused and stay in action. But it's a strong year for you. You will accomplish a lot. Did you have a question?
Okay, so I do have a question from Siobhan, one that you did. You mentioned that this is a year of relationships and work year, relationships referring to personal relationships. I just need more clarity on that, please.
It's usually a marriage number, Siobhan, so it's usually a personal relationship. However, I have seen that year where people have like a close connection with a mentor or a boss or something like that. But it's usually a personal relationship, like a marriage or a relationship. And it's good for working on that.
Okay, because it says, yeah, work year, I was recently retrenched and feeling rather lost and unsure.
What kind of work do you do? Just
give her a minute to respond, sure.
And what was Siobhan's birthday again? I have so many numbers here.
There we go. I'll show you there. There we go. Hold on.
Wait, I missed it. Okay.
There we go.
What year? Oh,
19.
Got it. Hang on, I'm just looking at something here.
She was in human resources, so she was in HR.
Wow, that does not go with your career number.
Oops.
Yeah, that's funny. Your career number, hang on. Let me just make sure. 5 and 9 is 14, 34. Hang on, sorry. 12. 52. Okay, yeah. It could, but your career number is a 7, Siobhan. Okay? So it would be anything with the environment, environmental law, green products, anything that supports the environment, forestry or animals, anything with animals, anything with nature, teaching, writing, librarian, research work, lawyer, ministerial work, photographer, astrologer, firewoman, believe it or not. Also, yoga instructor, Pilates instructor, personal trainer. There's more. Social worker, mining, farming, and therapist. And any kind of healing work would go with a 7.
So what you're really saying is that for her, HR is not really her wheelhouse.
No, the universe was giving you a favor of getting you out of there to do something else. So it was a blessing in disguise. And also travel and tourism goes with 7. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So it gives her a lot of food for thought coming forward. You know, because I also kind of feel like there's a lot of changes coming up for her. So, and I feel like they'll be quite positive ones.
And
it's like almost having a reset button, having time to have a reset button.
And one thing, you know, this is not your name, Siobhan, okay? But I really feel a big opening or connection with Ireland for you. So just wanted to say that.
Okay. Right. So then we had Owen also said a message, and he says it's true. I'm restless and feel drawn to move at work and utilize the land very strongly for the benefit of people at birth.
Well, there's so many people that are developing conscious communities, and it would be very good to learn globally how those different people work in towards doing that, whether it's the kibbutzes in Israel or people in Costa Rica that are creating conscious communities, or Findhorn in Scotland, or Damanhur in Italy, all the people all over the world that are creating conscious communities and working in harmony with the environment. It would be great to learn from all of them and to take the best and leave the rest and see who you want to create with. So those are my thoughts. Just like anything in life, take the best and leave the rest.
Definitely. He's on an amazing journey at the moment. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Very awakening.
Definitely. Right. So moving on. We have some more people that have joined us. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Kathy. And she is, there is her date of birth, 1st of February.
Wow, you're in a power year as well. You're in an 8 year, which is strength. You know, you're in the strength card of the tarot, which is mastering one's lower desires. So we have the desires that serve us and build us, and then we have the desires that may not be the best things for us. And this year, you're mastering all of that. You are in charge, Catherine. No one else. You create your own luck everywhere you go. Okay, so you have to know what your magic is to create with it. And this is a powerful year for you to really accomplish a lot. You can make anything happen. You got to think big. You got to stay in actions, be consistent and impeccable with your follow through. Because any area you want to break through in your life, you got to show up consistently. Because the people that have the most success are the people that keep going no matter what.
Yeah.
Did you have a
Definitely.
question?
Kathy, did you have a question? If you wanted to have a further question, just pop it in the chat box. Christiane did give a question. She says, what line will I be involved in which country?
What line? What does that mean? What line?
I'm not sure what she means by that, but maybe just where she'll be involved. It's like, is she going to be staying where she is, or is she going to be in another country?
I get energy. I get energy in France, and I get energy in South Africa.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, she does have a French connection as well, so that's quite interesting to have it involved there. And then she was also asking about Dominic. He's going through a lot of changes in work. What's coming up?
Dominic's not in an easy year until his birthday. In his birthday, everything gets better. So, like, I had that year a couple years ago, and wow, was it rough. However, I got a lot of things accomplished when I had it. I got caught up in all the things I wasn't good at. I had visa paperwork in one country. Was a huge application. I had 3 years of US taxes that I got caught up with. And it was all because I had good people around me. And I thought at the end of the year, because I had done so much work on myself and everything, that the end of the year would go smooth and I could just sit back and relax. And at the end of the year, it all spun out of control into a big drama that affected every area. I was like not happy about it. However, I did get through it, and it made me clearer and stronger as a result. And Dominic will get through it too. He's just got to stay focused on what he's committed to creating and know that by the time a little bit after his birthday, he will feel like he has a handle on it and he'll make it all happen.
Yeah, I think he's just got to stick to it and it'll manifest for him. So
and believe that he can accomplish it. It's just a question of how long.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you lose faith in and you keep on hitting your head against a brick wall, you kind of start to lose faith in your abilities. And I think it's about just standing in your strength and standing in your truth.
And not everybody that Dominic is working with is good on their follow through. So not everybody is coming to the party and doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And he's had a lot of that over this year, since last year. So that's quite interesting. Okay, I hope that helps, Christian. Okay, and Kathy was saying, thank you. I hear what you say. What line of work should I keep going with?
What's your birthday, Catherine?
All right, let me just scroll back up again and find her birthday again. There, that was her birthday there. She was all the twos.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. 3 and... Wait, what? Hang on, I'm missing something here on Catherine's birthday. What year?
1922.
Okay. 1922. Okay.
Yeah.
10 and 4. You really need Catherine to be involved in something that I mean, it's entrepreneurial and it's business related.
Sorry, her date of birth was wrong. Hold on. She just reached. There we go.
Okay. That changes everything. That changes everything. 10 and 13.
Oh, Kathy.
Okay, hang on. That changes everything. You're still in an 8 year. Okay, that doesn't change. But for your career number 23, yeah, for your career number, it's definitely business, music, finance, banking, cryptocurrencies, pharmaceutical work, architecture, um, corporate, any kind of corporate work, lawyer. But it's interesting because I get music's important, but when I look at your work, I feel like it's some kind of business that brings groceries or food to different areas. So it's some kind of supply chain with groceries and food and getting supplies to different areas.
Or
It's
helping
really,
people,
yeah,
maybe helping other people and stuff like that.
yeah,
Get
or getting
Yeah.
things to the grocery stores and things like that. So it feels like supply chain and movement of things around, movement of supplies around. Even shipping containers does that,
Yeah,
which is big business.
definitely. Okay, so we had another one here. She wanted to know about Fahana, and that's Fahana's date of birth.
Okay, with the November 20th birthday, the big issue in life will be creating an ideal relationship. People with November 20th birthdays have such a high expectation for love and how relationships need to show up. And so they often get disappointed based on how people don't show up. And later in life, a November 20th birthday will create a really great relationship. 31, hang on a second. 31, 1962 is 8, 10, 18. Okay, hang on a second. So 49 and then 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So this year is a workaholic year for Farhana. And after Farhana's next birthday in 221, Farhana has a huge growth year where education really counts. The career number is 4, which is running an office or a business and property management and real estate and graphic design and computers, engineering, things like that. What's the question? You have a question?
I don't think they had a question yet. They were just wanting just a read on the thing. I'm sure she'll put a...
It's a great year for Farhana to make a lot of money and accomplish things up until Farhana's birthday. Then it's a year of cleanup, completions, and clearing away, and good for education.
Okay, so if you want to ask a question pertaining to Farhana, can you just put something into the chat box and we'll answer that. Yeah, Kathy was all having a good laugh. She was going, no, her date of birth was wrong. She said it was 92, it'd make her 99, and she's not that. So
yeah, I was wondering. I was like, how is that? I was asking, like, how is that possible? And career? Does someone that old really want to work still?
Yeah. Oh dear. And Owen is giving us a virtual hug, and we send it right back to him.
Thanks, Owen. I'm sending you a huge hug. Great to meet you.
Okay. And then Kathy says Herbalife. She says, I'm on diet. Maybe I should sell it.
I think it would be great. And I'll tell you what else. There's something called an AMP coil, AMP coil. It's a Tesla invention. It heals people on a frequency and vibrational level. They go for like $8,000 unless people want to rent them. But it's healed people of some really radical things. And I had a friend that had one. I had 2 sessions on it, And I even felt it in my gums, in my mouth, and in my teeth. It was like, wow. So an amp coil would be a great thing for you to look into selling. AMP coil.
Be something very different and unusual.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we've got the amazing Lisa's joined us. Hi, Lisa. It's really lovely to see
Lisa. So great to see you.
Yeah, and she's saying, what do you see my business taking off?
Well, you're in a great year for it in your numerology. It's a year where you can make anything happen. And right now we're finishing up April. So let me see. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Really, the starting time is now. Now is when it begins and you can fully launch it. I do get a lot of energy with Canadian clients. So I feel you picking up more a group or a slew of Canadian clients, which is interesting. And I feel you teaching classes too. So it's going to really take off. And for you, it's going to be, how can I balance it with the rest of my life? Because it is going to take off and you're going to do really well. Maybe Priscilla can have you on and talk about it, because what you do is amazing. Do you know what she's doing, Priscilla?
What is she doing?
She works with colors and readings. So people pick the colors and she gives them a whole read based on what colors people pick.
Yeah.
It's called Color Mirror Systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's saying that's where her color mirror sisters are.
Fantastic.
Taking the teaching credit. Yeah, definitely I see you teaching it. Absolutely, 1,000%.
I also get that for her as well. I see her standing in front of people, talking about it and things like that. So Lisa, I'll be chatting to you and get you on with somebody else that also does colors from the UK, Fraser Beecroft. So we'll get you on, the two of you together, and we'll do a day of colors. It'll be amazing. So it's life changing. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. It's like numbers and colors and everything like that. We don't realize how vital they are in our lives and how they can affect us.
And Lisa's really good at it. When she did mine, it really surprised me how clear it was and how, wow, it was a wow. It is life-changing, absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so for Hannah sent a message. Currently, I'm changing career, trying to find a job. Any advice?
I need Farhana's birthday again for a second.
Okay, let me just scroll back and find Farhana's birthday again. Up here somewhere. Here we go.
All right. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. 1, 10 and 8 is 18. 9, 49. Okay. Something with properties. So any kind of sales of properties or movement of properties or investing in properties or working with builders or building supplies and building materials, those would be great areas.
Anything to do with the property game. So that'll be good for
or building materials or building development.
Okay. It sounds, it sounds quite like I feel like almost like structured, you know what I mean? They've got to like really put down.
Very structured. Even flooring would be good.
It's about laying down solid foundations. That's what they need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it could be quite interesting.
That's great because they all pay well. So congratulations.
It's all in the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So Christine wanted to know about Dominic again, and she said he's got a partner and 3 children. Any advice on the children at all coming up for him and his partnership?
I think Dominic's a great father, really good father, really good energy, has a lot of love. I just get that the kids need consistency. That's all. Just consistency and stability. And that's perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, everything's going to get better for Dominic after his birthday. So it's coming up soon.
Yeah, so he needs to just hang in there. Him and I are born on the same day, but he's a couple of years older.
Wow, Priscilla, I didn't realize you were in a 9-year right now.
Yeah, I am.
That's amazing.
At the moment.
Yeah, mine was so dramatic at the end. It was like, wow.
Yeah. Da, 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 and then off we go.
I was not pleased by it.
I can imagine.
But after I worked through it all and sorted it all, it was great.
Yeah. And Fahana says, very interesting, different to the field I'm currently in.
What are you currently in?
Fahana, what career are you currently in at the moment? Because I kind of get a sense it's going to be a big shift or change. I don't think whatever they're in at the moment is working for them or has been working.
I want to know what Farhana's in right now.
Yeah. We'll get the message in a minute. And Lisa is being amazing and giving you a good reference. If you just say, I've had numerous readings with David, and he's so spot on with his information. If you can, book a reading with him. And it's true.
Thank you, Lisa. You're so sweet. I did not pay Lisa to say that, everybody.
It's okay, Lisa. I'll pay you later.
Exactly. Oh my God, that's funny. I can't be a comedian because I laugh at all my own jokes first.
Yeah, that's it. So do I. And then Christine says, "Thank you, Priscilla and David." So
you're so welcome.
You gave her about herself and
Wait,
Dominic.
Wasn't Christiane the one that had the 7 career number?
Her date of birth. She's the 10th of August.
Yeah, but what year?
Let me just go back to the beginning because she was right at the very beginning. 47.
Which one? What year?
1947.
1947. 11 and 10. Huh. Okay. I thought she was the one with the 7 career number. Okay. Never mind. But yeah, that's great. Christiane, you were born in 47, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Born 1947. 10th of August.
The thing is, you have so many interests and so many talents. It could be applied in so many areas. So you really have to pick something that excites you the most and really go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can't be in an office cubicle 9 to 5. It would make you crazy.
Yeah, definitely. She needs to be free to do
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to say beautiful compliment from Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. And then, right. And then let's have a look. Currently a support worker in healthcare, going from adults with slightly impairment, currently just sharing a new job, working with kids in high needs in a school. That's very different.
It's super different. You can still do volunteer work with kids or support classrooms, but I really see you in the building trades or with properties. I just think it's going to set you up better, and you'll be able to do more for kids and schools with that.
Yeah, definitely. I think at the moment, a lot of people are looking at doing property investment and, like buying and selling and, doing it up and flipping houses and things like that. So I kind of see her.
here's the surprise. I do get something for you, Priscilla.
Thank you. What?
Learn about cryptocurrencies.
Cryptocurrencies. I keep on resisting it for some reason.
It's okay.
I sat in a 2-hour talk about cryptocurrencies and it was on mute.
No, there's an app that's supposed to be really good for learning about it called Coinbase.
Yeah.
Where you get some cryptocurrencies, I've heard from watching the videos.
Mm.
So
definitely.
It's not like I see you doing it full time or anything, but to make some extra flow of resources, I see it being good for you.
Oh, that'll be good. You can always do with some extra cash.
Exactly.
And right, so I'm just putting a message in here for everybody. Okay. Right. Okay, so let's go to the comments and see.
Siobhan wanted to know about the future. And congratulations on being pregnant. That's awesome. So excited for you. Baby feels really good. Siobhan's birthday again, please.
Okay, let me just scroll up to the top of the chat and get it again.
I'm making you scroll a lot.
No, that's fine. I don't mind. There we go. Siobhan. There we go.
925. Okay. 14, 3, 4. Okay. One thing, Siobhan, after your next birthday, you have a great year, but you have to watch deception. So people may tell you some of what's involved, but they might not tell you all of what's involved. So you got to ask more questions during that year. But it's a great year for you after your birthday, okay? Where it's really good for anything you want to do. It's just going to bring a lot of questioning about a lot of things. And just let the questions, just let the questions move you along. Like you don't even need answers, because like they say in Access Consciousness, answers, when people have an answer or a point of view, it kind of locks them into place. But if you keep asking the questions from different perspectives, it keeps the energy moving and flowing. But you have a great year after your birthday. You just have to watch against the deception. I feel the baby coming fine. I don't feel any drama around that, and I feel good about the baby. Healthy, good, all of it. So you have a lot of good things coming, and you're going to build a business between your birthday of 222 to 223. A business or a home. So that's your future.
I hope that helps, Siobhan. Oh, and Kathy's also joining me. She says, so do I resist cryptocurrencies? Scary stuff.
Well, you don't have to do it.
You have to teach us, David.
You don't have to do the cryptocurrencies, Catherine. I told you to look into the amp coil and supply chain, I think.
Yeah, definitely. She'll make lots of money from that. And Catherine, Siobhan says, thank you so much.
Yeah, Siobhan, don't forget to check out Ireland.
Definitely. So thank you so much for your guidance, David, and bless you, Priscilla, for providing such a magical space. It's always a pleasure. I always find it so fascinating, to have such.
Priscilla is so much fun. She knows how to throw a great party.
That's for sure. And no one knows that.
Yeah.
I always say to you, I'm here kicking you in the butt to do things, and I have done that. Okay, so could you repeat the?
It's called Coinbase. It's an app.
Coinbase.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it like that? Coinbase like that? Is that?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So if you see that, then have a look at it. And what is it? I suppose it teaches you about the cryptocurrency and how to work it.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And it's a place where people can invest in it too.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, just to maybe give us a few minutes just of wrapping up of what's, what we can do going forward in this year to, give ourselves.
I really want to say something that, like the US. Okay, so when I got back to the US at the end of May, and let me tell you, the US went through it with the whole COVID drama and all of that. Peter and I both found the American people, and I love Americans, I am American. We found this culture so paranoid, after living out of the country, just so paranoid and really not really vibrating on fear or anger, a lot of people. And I really had to work on bringing more light and shifting that, starting with myself. So why I'm bringing this up is that, the world was so divided, like in this country, especially between Republicans and Democrats and political parties. And families were divided throughout the whole country. There'd be parts of families that were Democrat, parts of families that were Republican. And I say, who cares? I don't care about what political party someone is in. I want to know about their heart and who they are. Mm-hmm. And now we have to watch against a different division. And that division is judgments about who's been vaccinated and who hasn't. That's a personal choice with health. Okay? We shouldn't hold judgments on each other as human beings, whether people have been vaccinated or not. That's another area of big separation right now that we got to unify. So I really wanted to speak that message out, because that the judgments around that have been so off the charts and out of control and off the handle. And it's really a personal choice. People get to take responsibility for taking care of themselves and the people around them that they're in charge of taking care of.
Yeah.
So we get to unify it, people.
It is. And I think that what this, whole pandemic year has taught us is that it has separated people, and it's put a lot of fear into people. And I feel like it's about time now we actually stop being fearful of what's out there and start taking back control of our lives.
Yeah, and don't make it about, a pandemic running what you can do and can't do in your life. Just make your life happen. Live big,
Yeah.
And I'm going to be rude here, okay? I really am. How protective can the mask be? If people pass wind or fart, and that can get through 2 layers of clothing, how really protective can a mask be?
Yeah.
It's really true. It's really true.
No, that's very true. And the thing is that, at some stage, everybody's going to get this or not get it, but it's inevitable in a sense. Everybody's had their journey with it. But we have, as people, and especially going forward now, we need to, the world is not going to go back to what it was. We're looking at the world in a new and different way. And I think that's important, is that we are looking at the world in a new and different way. So it's about embracing it and embracing the changes.
And unifying, and really unifying, and like you said, Priscilla, coming out of fear and really connecting and find out where we connect, rather than judging what's different or judging different choices or responses of how people handle things.
Yeah.
So much judgment around the separation. It's like, wow.
Yeah. And the thing is that, and also we have to also then take care, because we've been so isolated from other people, that now that we are going out into the public and being open and out and about and things like that, that we are going to pick up a lot of flus and colds and bugs and stuff like that, because we haven't built up that immunity for 1 year.
I want to
So
say
it's about
something.
taking care of ourselves as human beings, health-wise as well.
I want to say something. I had a really big surprise when I had COVID, because my second week during it, I had a lot of neurological sensations, and I didn't know that could come with it. And it really freaked me out at first. Like, part of me didn't know if I was coming or going. And I'd go to type my emails, and 5 minutes into typing my emails, my hands wouldn't work to type. So I'd have to go lay down because it would just take over. And I realized if I would resist it, it would not be very good, because it would plug me into fear. So what I did was I decided to make friends with it. And every time it came in and took over, I would go and lay down, and I would just let it in deeply and let it love me. I let COVID in so deep. I met the teacher of my COVID, which was an old wise male who came in to teach people balance and how to live a simple life, and a life that's connected in harmony with the earth. And that's really part of the teaching of it. And how can we live more balanced? And when I could allow it in to just love me, I embraced it rather than fighting it. And I learned so much from it, and I just moved through it.
Yeah. I think because if you don't move through it, it holds you in fear.
Absolutely. And it was amazing to allow it to just love me and do whatever it was going to do. I'm like, every time I felt like it was taking over, I'm like, wow, thank you for loving me. This is great.
And Lisa said, let's send some love and light to India right now. So everybody have a chance to just send some love and light to them, because they're going through quite an intense time at the moment.
Yeah, and everybody,
it comes down to our soul contract of when our earth journey is coming to an end. Fear does no good for any aspect of our lives, especially our health.
And the other thing is, everybody, my friend Mana reminded me of this. If you send light to the core of the earth and energize that light, it'll go out throughout the whole earth and embrace the whole world in light.
Fantastic.
So, and the violet flame. Saint Germain's violet flame. Purification, transmutation, alchemy. The violet flame is amazing to embrace and work with.
Very powerful. So I wanted to just close us off, because we can just chat, and it'll be an all-night session if David and I carry on.
Priscilla, thank you. It's been so much fun. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And so if you want to get hold of David, you can email him at innerprecision@gmail.com. And, you can book him for a reading. He does a lot of Zoom and Skype calls. So if you want to really book a session with him, just pop him an email. It'll be really great for you to, support him going forward. And I wanted to just take this opportunity to thank you so much, David, for joining me today. It's always a pleasure to chat with you and share your knowledge, because you always have a plethora of knowledge in that brain of yours.
I just adore you, Priscilla. I am so much in your fan club, and I just love you. So thank you for having me.
No, you're very welcome.
Okay.
You're my brother from another mother.
Exactly. We totally knew each other in other realms and lifetimes, completely.
Very much so. Very much so. And, it just says, very true. It's like Owen says, very true. And in the fear will build up and overwhelm you. So it's definitely true. Very, very much about letting go of fear and stepping into the truth of who we are. So important.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much grace available for everybody. We just have to remember to ask for it and tune into it.
Yeah, definitely. So without further ado, I'd like to sign us off, and I'd like to thank the amazing David Groode for joining us tonight. And, remember his email address is innerprecision@gmail.com. So if you'd like to book readings, please do that. And thank you everybody for staying around and joining us. And we hope to see you soon. I will be posting again very soon with my next guest. Maybe Lisa will be on next. Sending lots of love. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Lots of love. Cheers, everyone.